Okay, let's get started. Who's in the chat? I see my amazing and beautiful Royals of Africa. Let me help with the sound. All right, let me go to the comment. Jeremiah White. Hey, shalom to my beautiful and amazing Royals of Africa. Mbolo. Mbulwani, my people. This is your queen, Queen Ngningone II, 17th generation crown queen of the Fang people, also known as the Immortals. If you are new to my channel and you like my vibe, stick around, you might learn something. Now to my returning, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous and handsome, and more, Royals of Africa, welcome back. All right, so I see our son, Ernest. Are you going to be a moderator tonight? Monkosi Ernest. Jeremiah said the divided states of America. Oh, great. Okay, my dear and amazing Royals of Africa. I'm coming in, you know, kind of late, which is good, because, you know, as we saw in a previous class, a Bantu queen has to be a rare species on these streets, whether real streets or cyber streets. Yeah, I just noticed that when I don't announce that I'm coming, the connection just tend to stay clear. I don't know, but who cares? All right, so I would like to start by giving thanks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to hang out with your queen. Thank you for supporting our channel with your likes and shares. And thank you to our Monkosis out there, strongly supporting their queen, especially Monkosi Patrice, Dr. Patrice. Thank you so much for all your generous gifts. It helps. We were able to purchase additional space for the hosting of our classes. So thank you. It shall be multiplied. Now to my returning Royals of Africa. I don't see any of our queens in the chat. And we were going to continue our lessons on healing the African feminine. Because, gentlemen, you have to understand the role of your women and how it is important for her to heal in order for you to heal as well. So it's crucial that we get our queens right and our princesses right. So as you know, I'm gonna give a shout out to our partner, Zola Bantu, our brothers over there. We're sharing content, And as I previously mentioned, he put out these videos. Basically, what I do on this on this mission of the Woman on Earth class, I will be presenting a simplified version of what they presented. So, and of course, add my own queen seasoning to it, so it's perfectly done for our daughters. All right, so I put a link in the description box below for those who want like more details about what we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about the virtue, I believe it's number 4. Is it morality? Okay, it may be number 3. My notes are so far away. Hold on, let me grab my notes. Alors, voyons voir. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you. Yes, we have to heal our people. Our people are amazing. You know, we just have a few little things we need to heal about us. All right. So previously we covered, of course, in class number 1, we covered the mission. The number 1 mission of the woman on earth is to be a divine helper, not only to her men, but also to humanity. And furthermore, in part 2, we covered why she's such a divine helper, because she's the channel through which Tata Zambe, the creator, sends his light, you know, his light of love, of purity, and of justice. So the woman is an essential liaison bridge for that purpose. We cover that. So without her on earth, there won't be no love, there won't be no purity and no justice. So can you imagine? So, and we also covered in number 3 that she's the guardian of the sacred flame of the light of God. So for that reason, in order for her to be in a condition she can even receive that light, she has to be calibrated perfectly for that. Okay, so she has to embody 9 virtues. So we cover modesty, we cover greatness. So no, yeah, virtue number 3 is morality. Okay, my dear royals. So my ladies, morality, what is morality? One of my favorite, definition of morality is a group of people's standards of behavior and or beliefs, okay, concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. So in our own case, the case of the African women, okay, we have, when we define morality, we have to be very careful in not defining it per the Western definition, okay? Because if we do, and then we are defining it per Western definition, that's where we are in the chaos we are in. So it's mandatory for us to go back to the ways of our ancestors, to the blueprint Tata Nzambe gave to our ancestors as to our morals, concerning our morals and what they should be. All right. So in the case of our people, whether in the diaspora or on the continent, it's very hard to, to basically judge our people harshly when it comes to our moral due to what happened to us. I'm very aware of it. And anybody watching that may be like kind of giggling or anything, there's nothing to giggle about. Okay, it's no secret that the continent of Africa was invaded. Okay, that the European waged a kind of war they had never waged on anybody or any group of people before, to take us down. And that war was followed by 400 years, almost 500 years of, slavery and colonization and what else, during which we were in their hands and they made of us what they saw fit. Okay? So if I have something to say, it's like my people are amazing because regardless of what we've been put through, we survived it. Okay, we survived it, and many of us have risen from that. Many of us have healed, but we still have a great number of us, maybe a too large number of us, who is yet to heal. So I want everybody, out there to know that I personally, Queen Ngningone II, I'm very proud of our people, especially the ones in the diaspora, because they had no support whatsoever. They were pulled out of our land. They didn't have our elders with them, but nevertheless, they rose from that. So a round of applause to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. So nevertheless, my ladies, we have a few things to dust off. And this course here will be very easy, my darlings, because you know what? That one is so easy for your queen to break down. Let me just put it in blank, African English. That which your mothers were doing, keep. That which these Muzungu mistresses were doing, throw away. Simple as that. So you see, because in this time of our healing, okay, our people have to go back to the state our ancestors were when they brought them. So we are to reclaim everything, reclaim our identity, reclaim our culture, reclaim our spirituality, reclaim our morals. Okay? So it's going to take work, because we are human being, and the environment in which we live, whether you like it or not, will have a big influence on us. But now, nevertheless, Tata Nzambe grace, favor and protection is on us. So all we need to do is to make a conscientious effort to heal. All right? To heal, we have to heal. So we have to go back to what the Western standard is, considered as morally right. Now, if we can look back in history, we saw there's many documented, evidence of their dealings with our forefather, where they show mischief, where they show a big level of dishonesty, where they show, just lack of character. So per the Western standard, in terms of, when it comes to getting what you want, you can use all these things I just listed. In the Western world, you may be applauded or be regarded as smart, as clever, as I don't know. But where we come from, such behaviors are not acceptable, because we are just not a group of people that Tata Zambe, parachute onto the earth and cut the cord of the parachute. No. He sent us and he gave us commandments, ordinances, rules, that we have to follow. And as long as we obey those rules, those morals, those values, we will be favorable in his eyes. His protection will never depart from us, and our abundance will, never be taken advantage of. So we have to understand that when people go to war against a group of people, they fight them on every level. They fight their spirituality. Not only they fight them physically, they fight them morally, they mentally, they fight them also. They turn their morals and morals upside down intentionally. as a weapon of war. You have to make of them, the opposite of who they were before. So you have to understand that we're dealing with that. So, it's one thing when you don't know better or nobody ever told you otherwise, but it's a different thing when you heard from your mothers, from your elders, and you still continue doing that. That would be a choice of a way of life. So as much as we want to beat on our sons and men, nevertheless, we carry a huge part of responsibility in the state of our community today. So when it comes to moral, my observation with our daughters over here, we need to work on honesty. We need to work on, working toward recovering purity, that purity you were born with. Because it's something I noticed with our daughters, our mothers here, they have that rough approach into everything. It's almost like the mind games they learned from the Muzungas, they took it and ran with it, But I would like to tell our daughters out there that it's time to let go of such practices. African women don't play mind games. Our people say your reputation will take you far in life. Better have a good reputation than a bank account full of money, our people say. So in this time of healing, we have to work toward healing our morals. So I noticed that in the diaspora, there's this big kind of gender war. It's like a tug of war that, the guys pull and the girls pull and so on and so on. And who suffers is us, the collective. As a collective, we suffer because the only group of people who truly doesn't have like leadership. We are not organized in our communities because they scatter us. One of their rules of power is one of their rule in their games of power is, you take down the leader and you scatter the sheep. And then, of course, they throw religion in there that put distrust on fellow man, that say you shouldn't trust any man, you only should trust God. But we have to review all these things because you have to, carefully, read the scripture and know what is from God and what is not from God. The same God gave us leaders because he knew in a community there's got to have a hierarchy. It's difficult for a group of people to get organized when they don't have, that discipline, to line up behind the leader, whomever is their leader in their community. The leadership, they have to start respecting the leadership at home, So we have to slowly, start claiming these values again. If we don't respect leadership at home, it's unlikely that we will respect it at school or at work or in our relationships. Okay? One thing I would like to say about our daughter, it's very important that you go back to your pure state. Our daughters, especially in America, are too full of games. And it angers, the male counterpart to the point that, first of all, a lot of them are damaged due to slavery, but adding to our daughters and our sisters' behavior, it just makes things worse. So I would like our daughters out there to, to really contemplate healing in that manner. The goal should be to recover your purity. A woman should be pure. We saw that in the previous chapter, that your body has to be in a pure state, your mind, your heart. So if you have pure intention, pure thought, pure heart, That's all you're going to give out to the world, to the universe, and to your loved ones. Remember, my definition of a great woman is a woman who only gives out that which she receives from the Creator, from Tata Zambe. And we already know what we received from him. We receive the light of love. We receive the light of purity. And we receive the light of justice. So very often, our daughters are into the mindset of, oh, I'm going to get him or I'm going to get her, even when it comes to female relationship. It's like they put a scale into everything, and the scale better tilt on toward their end. They gotta be on the win-win-win, you know. So, and it's something I have been able to identify with the Muzungas. I told you guys, I went to school with them all my life, from elementary, high school, all the way to high school. You know, they have that. Any agreement or any relationship or anything in their mind is like 10 for you and 90 for them. So they have that. So us, you know, being here, of course, our daughters and stuff had to learn their ways, but nevertheless, you have to know that their ways are not our ways. What they define as their morals are almost the opposite of our morals. So we have to keep that in mind in the way we handle each other. Another thing I noticed with our daughters is like, you know, I talk about my daughters, the daughters of Africa. Now, those who identify themselves as something else, this message is not for you. So please don't come at me and saying that I'm making a generality. If you're watching my video, you must be a child of Africa, you know. So my messages apply only to our daughters, our very own, those who, you know, identify as a child of Africa. If you identify as American, yeah, go and have it hanging. I have no say into that. You know, you in your world, you can operate however you feel like. But to our royals, this message is for you. So you have to work in recovering your purity, your pure state. You know, your intentions have to be pure. Your heart has to be pure. When you come into contact with people, they have to be able to feel that purity. They have to be able to feel, you know, that innocence in you. It doesn't mean that you're going to be people pushover. No. You know, when you learn to set healthy boundaries, you know, when you learn to set healthy boundaries and you do the work for yourself, you do your shadow work, like they call it, you go down that list, all the things you know you do are horrible, you know, and you work on it, then you bound to attract someone of a similar vibration. That's how it works. So that's why it's important that we get, you know, in a healthy mind, a healthy soul, healthy body before we can even invite anybody in our lives. Okay? So we have to also work. So we have to work toward recovering our purity, because, you know, African women are very pure. You know, we very pure, you know, in nature. So, of course, in the Western world, it attracts a lot of very negative kind of energy. You know, it's like when you have that purity, people look at you like a lamb they can come and suck the life out of, you know. But, you know, this is when you pull your weapon, you'll be like, okay, where and when? So, but nevertheless, do not let the circumstances surround you. Do not let your environment change your nature. African women are very sweet. You know, they're very pure. They're very kind. They're very loving. Okay? So it's important, you know, we go back to these, you know, values. For, you know, when we start embodying them, it will mold our character. It will mold our actions. because when the inside is pure, the action's gonna be pure. Okay? The mind game, the playing guys, you know, your yes is not really your yes. You say yes because you know that's what the person want to hear, but the person that you're dealing with may be making lifetime changes, you know, making lifetime decision based on your word, but and yet you're not being sincere, you're not being honest, you're lying, you know, you're wearing a mask. All these things, you know, are very unattractive in a woman, you know. So we have to let all these games. And another thing I noticed with our daughters here, they're too materialistic. Material things, my queen. You are so wealthy inside. The wealth inside of you is like you're like a power generator for the collective. You know, the wealth inside of you, when you tap into it, you can never lack. You have to understand, you know, the amazing human being you are, how favored you are, you know, by Tatan Zambe. So the materialism is like they have to get their way or else, you know, the competition, the this, and that. All of you are beautiful in your very own unique way. I know that competition and stuff, we live in a world, oh, if I saw her with this, I have to have it. We go home and stress our parents, so we go home and stress our husband and stuff because so and so bought a Jimmy Choo purse. I gotta have that. No, we need to cultivate values that carry weight, values we can pass down to our next generation and after, and generation after and after. So these are the things that we need to kind of focus on and not getting distracted by a lot of things. We have to go back to our pure essence of who we are. I see a queen there. Hello. Queen Hood is here. Welcome, my dear royal. Welcome. Thank you for representing because the Monkosi have been holding I've been holding the chat and no female on board, but the class is about the females. So thank you so much for showing up. So, my dear ladies, we have to go back to cultivating purity because in order for us to be able to host the light of purity, the flame of purity from Tatan Zambe, we ourselves have to be pure. So, like I said in a previous video, when you don't embody any of these virtues, which are modesty, greatness, morality, nobility is the next one we will cover, delicacy, faithfulness, dignity, fertility, and sincerity. When you don't embody those, you're just an infection. You're infectious to society. It's like you really, you know, you're a troublemaker. You're not a good sister. You're not a good child, a good daughter. You're not a good wife. You're probably not a good friend. You'd be the kind of friend that would backstab and take and destroy and tear down that which they can't have and all these things. So as you know, the jealousy between our foremothers led, you know, to the fall of our people, you know, because if if we did, you know, keep in mind that okay, you know, although you know I'm getting married and the guy has other wives, but there was a rule on polygamy, and we had to obey it point blank. Although the men were dropping the ball, but once they're especially, you know, in a position of leadership, it's a game changer. You can no longer just do what you want. You have to always move having the collective in mind. Okay? So, because I believe that when we fix ourselves, the guys would follow. The guys would always follow where we go. So we need to lead them to the path of light. We need to lead them to the path of purity. They can't have any love if we don't give them love or teach them love. They won't know what purity is, if we don't give it to them. They won't walk in the path of justice or righteousness if we don't give it to them. All these, all these virtues and stuff from Tatan Zambe, they transition through us to them and the universe. So you see, we have to get well first in order for them to get well too. And I know they will follow. Now the sentiment anti-woman is growing more and more. And like I said, we're living in a fishbowl, and a lot of things are orchestrated, on purpose, to sow the divide between the African man and the African woman in America. But nevertheless, we don't have to fall into that trap. If we know, what we need to follow and what we need to aim, okay? These guys, even to sell a car, they will put one of us because they know the power that comes with us. Or they will call it eye candy. I bring my abundant energy so you can sell your car. That's why you have me there. Now the Muzungu, they put her half naked. Okay? So it's to show you in everything they do, they bring that feminine energy. But the feminine energy, in order for it to fulfill its purpose on earth, you have to be well calibrated. The fakeness, the game, some of you adopt the Western standards in your household. You married to a man and oh no, he can't touch your phone in the name of privacy. Some people, they make video about it. No, not because we married, blah, blah. No, you can go through his phone and he can go through your phone as well. It's okay because you guys are one. Especially after you guys get married, you guys become truly one. I don't know the kind of privacy our daughters claim they want to have out there. It's one of the number one cause of relationship breaking and marriages, because some of us live different lives. Some of us drag extramarital affairs for years while married to that man. We have to admit it. We do some crazy things out there. Not because you see the Munzungas do it that it should be our share. If you didn't know, I'm telling you, my dear daughters, not because they treat the woman naked and put her for display, they call it beauty. The woman part should not be exposed. Her breast, her thighs, even the head, we need to cover our head. It's a reminder. These are our crowns. Our mothers, they've been wearing their crowns on the continent forever. Not because it's okay to expose your belly, to expose your butt. Sometimes I'm like, you don't even want to go to Instagram. The atrocities, the lowness you see our daughters, our royals engage into, because they feel comfortable into that. No, my dears, these are not, this is not you. You shouldn't feel comfortable. Dress otherwise, but like a queen. You have to clear your aura, because when you expose yourself like that, you welcome all kind of demons, all kind of devils. You reduce your value to nothing, precious daughter, to nothing. I told you that a woman should be heavy. Some of our girls, they're so attention crazy. They crave attention, like every party, there they go. You click on this site, there they are. You click, there they go. No, we shouldn't be that easy to find. Some of us have become just so easy to get. They meet these strange guys online. Nobody even knows about them. Some of them fly out of town with complete strangers, living dangerously, like you have no value. You know, the world will never give you a value you don't give to yourself. Let me say it one more time. Society, the people around us, will never give us the value we don't give to ourselves first. So if we go around dropping it like it's hot, you know, just posting the most provocative pictures to draw the kind of wrong attention, that's what we're gonna get. People will come in and out of our lives, mistaking us for toys. We have to do better. Okay? So in a different video, which will be available on our class platform, you know, I will go down the list of the value that you, the African queen, you, the African princess, must adopt going forward. Okay? Morality is very important. People should, you know, when they see you, you just inspire respect. Of course, you may have some loose cannon out there that still every now and then will come and cast a stone because that's what they were taught to do. But overall, you will see people who treat you differently. You know, work on that grace. We are graceful by birth. It's in you. I don't want to hear no excuses. So no, we've been here for too long. Oh, no, I can't change. No, reclaim your purity, right? That's how I should call this video, reclaim your purity. A pure woman is that much more attractive. She has that connection to the divine, to the creator, to Satan Zambe. Whenever she kneels down and prays, miracles follow her. A pure woman is such a blessing for her loved ones and her community as a whole. So we're doing our community a disservice by not trying to embody all these virtues and values. Okay? But we can't slack around anymore. You know, now that we're sitting on our throne, we have to get well. Okay? So ladies, bring the girls in. Okay? You know, whatever budget, we are amazingly beautiful. We are built like trophies. We can rock any garment, no matter if it's a $12 dress or it's $1,000 dress, it doesn't matter. We wear the fashion. We've been setting trends, remember? So it's in us, we got it. All right. So in part two, which will be available in our classes, we will go in detail as to, you know, the revamping of us. All right. I know our daughters here, especially in America, are the strongest of our group of women. So this challenge is a piece of cake for you. You just have to make up your mind. And to our sons out there, try not to upset her. Encourage her as she's healing. Stop pointing like, oh, you this, you that, you know. The way you talk to us sometimes is just so, it's disheartening. Apply love, apply patience. You know, if you catch her doing something wrong, don't try to shame her. Tell her, how can a queen like you do such thing? You know, it will make her, you know, kind of snap from it and come back to herself and, you know, and regroup, especially if she feels that your criticism it comes from a place of love. It will push her it would motivate her to try harder and do better. Believe me, because I know us. You know, there's a way you should talk to Black African women. You know, if you come at us the wrong way, you won't get any result. I'm telling you, we birth you. You see how stubborn you are? So imagine the woman you come from. We're very stubborn as well. So this is where we butt head. But if you talk to her in a very loving way, always remind her she's a princess. If it's your little girl, don't yell at her. Don't call her name. Always tell her, how can a princess like you do such lowness? You know, I expect better from you. I know you can do better. So it's in that fashion we can like kind of, encourage each other. We can build up each other. So the daddies, the husbands, the lovers, the partners, you have a role to play to remember. I told you in a previous video, we counting on you to help us heal, allow us to heal, tune down the drama around us. Okay? So you see what our forefathers did? They went against the rule. And what did our foremothers did? They brought down the house because by nature we're very stubborn. So, be mindful of that. Now, to our daughters, we have to do everything within our power to recover our purity. When you go back to your pure state, you will see. I mean, you will change. I mean, your aura, your glow, everything will be, you will even, appear more beautiful because that divine, everything, divine beauty, everything be yours because you have made your body, your whole being, a temple for the creator, Tatan Zambe. All right. So when you are infused with his virtue, his powers, I love to call it like that, power. When you are infused with his power, his sacred flame, the flame of light, of love, the flame of purity, the flame of justice, and it's only at that point you fully activated. Anybody you smile at, you just made their day. When you say a word, the vibration of that word is so powerful because it comes from a pure source. You see, you heal people with a smile, with a kind word, with an I love you. You heal them, wherever you find people fighting, when the queen arrives, is peace. Those who were fighting, especially the guys, they be embarrassed. They usually grow embarrassed. You see the look on their faces when you pull up. We are powerful human beings. We are just yet to harvest that power and use it wisely. Don't do what the Muzungas did, you know. Anyway, they were stripped of everything. Poor them. I really pity them. But you are my main concern. You are my mission. So we are going to get well. And with the support of our Monkoses and our princess, we're going to be fine. All right. So that's it for today's message on morality. We just have to do the opposite of what we found them doing. How about that? I'm not in a mood to, hurt a few feelings. Not tonight. Another day, your queen will, okay? So I have an announcement. So if you want, like more details on today's course, I put the link of our partners, our brothers, our sons, our fathers over there, and our sister. I trust there's a woman or a few women in that house over in Zola, Bantu. Thank you for spreading the love. We love you. Mwah. So we found a place we can host our classes because over there in Vimeo we were encountering all kind of problems and we couldn't have access to support, but however, we still kept their server. We just added more space because we move it to another platform where the videos are not, secure. So in order to make it secure, we had to maintain it on that Vimeo kind of hub so that at least the content is protected, because we have a lot of content thieves out there. What they don't understand is like these teachings and stuff, you have to be properly equipped, to assimilate it, understand it, and transfer it to people. And if your heart is full of hatred, full of all these things, you're just wasting your time. The things of Zambe are to be handled with care. Okay? So also finding the link in the description box below, the link to our private classes are already, we already uploading over there. You would find extended version of 2 previously posted video, I believe, dealing with masculine toxic masculinity. The extended is there, and there's another extended there, but we're going to continue, uploading. And because I know we already have royals who are subscribers on that other platform. So if you're watching this, go and unsubscribe there. You can now go and unsubscribe there. We got your email address. We should have sent the email, but I'm very short of staff, and your queen, as you know, the boss queen I am, I'm running some other stuff. So it's very little time for me to put all this together, and my video guy is not available to help me with all that stuff currently. So bear with me, but the link is in the description box below. If you want to sign up, but that platform, they charge every first of the month. So to introduce it to others, children of us out there, there's a 50% discount until the end of this month. So starting July, I'm sorry, July, what am I talking about? February 28 or 29 is the last day of February. It will go back to a regular price. So take advantage of the discount. I will be posting over there exclusive content I cannot post on YouTube, of course. And please keep in mind that that platform charge every first of the month. So if you sign up now, I gave a discount like 50%, but expect another charge on the 1st of March. Okay, so thank you to all of you for coming, tuning in, and having this impro date with your queen. My royals are amazing. So let me greet those in the chat. So of course I see our dear royal Andrew. Blessings and love to you too, my dear royal. I see you. Who else? Of course, Monkosi Parker. He opens the chat, him and J.R. Meadows. Thank you. Of course, our Monkosi Jeremiah. Hey, Jeremiah, thank you for being here. Yes, our women should be fully covered. Yes, I agree with you, because, our what we call asset, our physical assets are really essential because they serve a purpose. It's not for the whole world to see. It's very unattractive. A woman can be sexy without having to uncover herself. And we born with that grace and elegance. When we gear up, yeah, they will see us. It won't be as you seen her. No, we are so visible when we take that bath and gear up. All right, so I also see Monkosi Andrew already greeted you. Of course, our Queen Pamela Hood. So that was it for today. So find the link in the description box below. It was good seeing you, my royals. So Let me give my closing, my blessings. That's what a queen does. She blesses her people every chance she gets. So to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, peace in your home at all times. No drama. Be at peace so you can attract peaceful events in your life, so you can attract peaceful people in your life. Okay? Love in your heart. Love is our driving force. Love is what has me sitting here in front of you at this time of the night. Love is what which push us to change. First, the love for self, us, ourselves, the love for Tatan Zambe, and the love for our fellow mankind. Okay? And unity, as you know, is our best weapon. We can talk about resisting, we can talk about X, Y, and Z as long as we are scattered. United we stand. So unity starts within our families, within our communities. We have to go back to our ancestors' model. Make it a habit to start little council of elders within your community, within your tribe. Things like that bring people together. The cyber age is keeping people even further and further apart. People have become aliases. We need to bring warmth back in our communities and in our lives. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I love you so much. Mwah.